Hi everyone. So it is this side, and today we are going to deep dive into what is n8n and not what is n8n. Basically, I'm going to show you one workflow I have made using n8n workflow automations, and what all things I have done, and how you can also do it in your own projects. So before starting with what is n8n, I want to tell you why this n8n workflow conventional codings. So basically, n8n provides you visual representation that you can put your agentic AIs, you can put your Gemini directly, and you just connect your dots and give us the output. And it will be as good as creating a whole application that do some sort of integration between multiple systems, right? So, which is what n8n provides, right? So, in agentic AI, what I can take a benefit from n8n. So in that case, if I using n8n workflows, this is self-hosted. Self-hosted. What do you mean by self-hosted? So I can put this n8n workflow in my hosted environment in maybe in IS server or some different self-hosted environment where I can put my n8n workflow, where I can use the application endpoints to trigger my n8n workflow and do some sort of automation calculations or some any other things that needs agentic AI's intervention. So I can that process I can automate and I can make my system more smart. So I'm not adding more features. I'm making my system more smart by adding something which is can be beneficial for the end user. So so you must have been thinking. Can I give one example so that you can think of how can I use one planet? And so it's one simple example. You must have now seen lots of IVR calls that have been taken off automatically without intervention of any human, right? So you what you basically do, you just input. They ask some question, starting questions. You give some input for to the AI. The AI process that will put in an input, right? And it gives you the output, right? Right? I'm correct. So that is kind of thing which we can create using n8n workflow. So what I recently am been exploring this n8n, what is it, and how I can integrate a lot of things. I've been doing it here, but I found out instead of just doing all theoretical things, I thought of let's create something from which I can understand very well, right? So for that purpose, I created one n8n workflow. So this workflow basically does if someone comes in and he wants to do some meeting schedule with you. So for that, I created this complete workflow. So instead of going and asking a person, I can check the calendar. I can see if it is available for that period of time. I can book a slot for them, right? I can send an invite directly to their emails. And at that point of time, when I'm not available, my agentic AI will do the work, right? So you can see the n8n workflow here, right? From start to end. Uh, for now, you will not understand much. So I'll just shift back to my the older version. So this is very simple and a workflow I created. So now it's you must have got my question. You already have built it your n8n workflow. How would will understood? So the thing is very simple. I don't want to stretch the video very quite long. I just wanted to give an insight how what can you do while you're creating an n8n workflow. I will put this workflow in exported format in my LinkedIn or you can DM me. I will share you the exported file. Okay, so you can. It is very easy to export and use someone else workflow. Okay, so this is for me. So I will show you what all things I have done. This is very basics. So from here, it start from Telegram trigger. So this is overall n8n dashboard looks like when you click on overview and click on workflows. In one of the workflows, I selected one of the workflows, and in that workflow, this particular visual representation shows like this. Okay, so you see this big screen here has some nodes and all things. You must be thinking what are they, right? So just stay with me, and I'll explain one by one what are things I are using this workflow. Okay, and how you can use it. Okay. So starting from the first thing, so what are the things are available for me, free stuff? I had utilized those. For example, the Telegram provides API key for your Telegram bot. So so I will not share you how I created a Telegram bot, right? Yeah. So okay. So I will not show you how I created the for the bot API. You can go and check it on the ChatGPT. You will get it. how you can configure. It's very simple step. You can go into the further bot and you can type your bot name and you will get the API and you can integrate it. If you want, I will create one video where I'll show you how I created the credentials of this workflow. For example, if I go into the overview under credential sections, I will have different systems integrated in my workflow. For example, Google Gemini account, API account. This is for connecting the Google Gemini models, right? And this is the Google Calendar to send the invite, and this is a Telegram account for getting the access to my bot and to listen to my bot basically. So in this workflow, I had create. This is a very simple workflow. I will will go through each and every steps to understand what I created and what is this will be helpful. What in what purpose this will be helpful. Okay, so I will say like let me share the text one. Let me just text on my bot. Say meeting at 1 p.m. because I have done a lot of testing here. So I think 2 p.m. schedule will be 2 p.m. slots will be booked. So I pushed one message on my Telegram bot. Let me go to the n8n workflow. Currently, it's not executed because this is not published it yet. We can do it published in the self-hosted environment because this is very open source. We can do it in IaaS servers or maybe AWS instance, whatever you like, right? You can also create Docker images of your n8n workflow. If you want, I can create one more videos on explaining how we can deploy this n8n workflow in our actual deployed environment, production environment, basically. So I created one trigger. I put one message. So first node is the trigger point. If I go and open this trigger point, so this triggers on when there is message received. So when this is published, it will be triggered automatically. Okay. So for now, I have to test this trigger. So I will execute this step. Okay. So this is currently listening. Okay. So it may happen. It will take some time because we are using the free versions, right? Or maybe it could be the issue with the n8n provider. This is supposed to be not happen like this, but let's see. I will just reload this page. I will execute it. This is executed. Okay. So now I executed this particular node, and you can see when I executed this, you can see the two tabs. One is the input tab, and second is the output tab. So this is what this is the entry point. So there will be input things. So it will be triggered on the message, and it is fetched all the things informations from my Telegram bot. For example, hi, schedule the meeting at 2 p.m. This is a message which I have put in my bot, and this is my username and account. So you can ignore that. Okay. So this is the first point when I triggered it, and when this is a manual step. This is to execute particular node. You can click on it. This can be useful for debugging and all stuff. So let's when I executed the workflow, it didn't execute it. So maybe there's some issue with the n8n. So let's go with single flow. Okay. So when I switched this thing, so for now I given the text message, right. So it read in the if statement, it diverted to the text workflow. So it went to the text messages. It will also go to the download folder. I will show you what it basically does. So when I click on text messages, just take these text messages, pass it to the AI agent. I had done something here as well. So if you can open it, I set my text messages, right? And so in json.messages.text, I said that hi, what are the things I got from the previous node? I put pass it to the next node. So this is the text message I pass up to the next node. That's it. In my AI agent. So this is very important. So when I click on open, so this is my AI agent. So yes, before going to this all nodes, how I can create a node. So we forgot that thing, right? So click on the plus icon. You can see there is a lot of things. You can add AI, you can add data transformation, you can add your own code as well. So that is also possible here using JavaScript code. So everyone must be aware of JavaScript things. So you can add it, you can export it after this call, meeting. What are the functionalities available? When I open this AI agents, I can see there's some prompt user message which I received from previous node. I pass it to this node, and there is some more information like for system message. So this is kind of giving a prompt to your AI agent, what you want to do with your AI agent basically, and you attach some things which is required for your AI agent. So what are things you guys can think which AI agent will require? First of all, basically it will require your LLM model. So it can be anything, Gemini, Google, your Claude, your ChatGPT, anything. So for now, for me, this is very free, easy to use. So I integrate Gemini. You can use it any other. LLM model which you like, and depending on the specific requirement, right? So you can do that thing. So when I run this agentic AI, what this basically does, it goes to the model ChatGPT. It takes figures out what this text message could be having, and it format the information and give it to the agent, and then the agent uses some other stuff to format that particular input I received from Gemini to appropriate a structure that can be used for further processing, because Gemini can give you a lot of bulky messages that you don't require, right? So this is what the use of your agentic AI to transform your information from a Gemini into your structured message that can be your your code can do, right? So this is kind of that. So now all thing is green, means all thing has passed. I will send one character event is executed successfully. Character event was sent. When I send text message, I see I received one message on Telegram saying, "Yeah, Nilesh, your meeting has been scheduled for this date, and with this meeting link, you can join that with me." Right. So this is how you create your models. You create your workflow basically. So this is for your text messages. This is very short, simple and short, right? What if we pass some audio? Will my AI workflow will handle this? Yes, it can definitely do that. So let's say, hi, Nilesh this side. I want to meet Nilesh, another Nilesh, at 12 p.m. this Saturday on Mishra Nilesh 9020 at the gmail.com. Let's see if my AI agent works or not. I will again execute the first node. It should go in the second workflow. Let's check. Yeah, it went to the second workflow. What my second workflow does here is, I have credentials, so I can set my credentials from which I want to download the file. I pass the JSON file ID. So from how you can pass this file ID. So here you have options, right? In this input format. So in input format, I have file ID. So I can drag this file ID. I can put it here. So this is already there. So I don't need to drag it here. So if you are confused how I received, how I know that from where this field is coming. So we are just dragging and dropping it. So this is going back to the previous things which we used to do in ASP.NET, that drag and drop things. Sorry, I drop things. Let's not go back to that thing. So what I'll do, I will execute this step. I can see the output. So I got this data, right, of 554 KB data I received from it. But I need to process this particular audio because my agentic AI will not understand the audio thing. I need to convert that first into the text, and the text my agentic AI can understand and can generate a text thing for the text, right? Predictor for generated for the text. There is basically the idea of LLM, right? So I used it Gemini model and Gemini 2.5 Flash. So this is in frame tier. It may happen, it will not execute in some point of time because there is a rate limiting. If you go into the rate limiting, you can see I had utilized much of the request per minute. TPM is also fair enough, and request per day is also almost I executed. So this may happen, this will execute or not execute, but I think it should execute. So executed successfully. When I executed successfully, I received some thing like this, correct? And I pass this information to transcribe this audio. This transcribed audio will have the data that required for my AI agents. And I open the AI agent. Here, I want to show you something. So let me just first execute this step. Let me just not execute this step. Let me just remove my something prompt from here and execute. Okay, so I received the service is receiving too many requests. This is a model. So like what I said, the model can give you trouble when you are using the free model tier, right? So in that case, what I'll do, I just save it. I just copied it. I will change this. I will just drag it again if that works. Because saying is exhausted, but still we are not able to see it. Okay, so no worries. What I'll do, I'll click on it. I will open it. Again, there is one more model which is free. You can see flash preview, because we don't want any very hard fire calculations, right? So that will work. Again, I will run this AI agent. It should now work. Let's see. Taking some time. So yeah, it's executed successfully. See? But what I wanted to show you, for example, here. So when I click on candidate, okay, let me just execute it again. Not specified. Why? Okay, okay. Not specified. So it will fail it here. So there must be an issue with the audio thing, because audio didn't detect it, because I'm recording with my mic. So I'm a bit dumb here to record this audio. But the idea is very simple, that I want to transcribe that particular audio into text, and the text will be used in the agent to send to create an event, right? So in that case, it went really well. But what I wanted to show you is that the AI agent can fail in case, suppose when I'm saying something and when I'm writing something, it's a bit different, right? So for example, I will say Mishra Nilesh at, so at, the system will recognize as text at. I need to tell the system, when someone says at, you use it with at the rate. When someone says dot, don't use it as a dot, because use it as a dot, actual dot in the email, right? So that all thing I need to specify in my agent to handle those edge cases. So this is how you make your workflow very intuitive with, and very less error prone, right? So for now, this is it. And next video, if you can comment, I will deep dive into something which you want in detail. Okay, thank you.